First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations. Much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. This lesson is going to be entitled The History of Women and Helps in the Congregation / Church. Okay. I was doing some reading today, because I wanted to touch on this topic to elaborate on what was spoken about last night, what I spoke about last night in the spirit. And, this topic here is, as the title says. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a scripture first and foremost, Hebrews 6 in verse 10. It says, "For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have shewed toward his name, and that ye have ministered," okay, which the word minister means to serve, okay, which ye have served or ministered. And we're all servants, we're all servants, See, the scriptures even say the greater thou art, let the greater serve the lesser, roughly paraphrasing rather. Okay. It says to the saints and do minister. So we're all supposed to really minister unto each other. In other words, that's what I'm saying. And we desire that everyone of you do shew the same diligence. And this is what I was getting on yesterday is, are you really being beneficial to the work? Or are you just on the comment boards leaving vain praises and shalom? Or are you actually doing something for the ministry? Are you helping where you can help? Are you ministering where you can minister? This is something that's been on my spirit, and it doesn't apply to everyone, but I feel like the mass majority of people that listen are not doing much or anything for the ministry, which you have to show diligence as well. Let me read this again. It says, "For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have shewed toward his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister." Okay. And the saints are the Israelites. Okay. And the saints are the Israelites. Okay. But mainly, who is this speaking about? This is speaking about the Israelites within who believe, the believers. This is what this is speaking about. Because you have the Israel, and then you have the Israel of God. It's speaking about the Israel of God. Okay. In that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. And we desire that every one of you do shew the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. Right. Expect to be delivered, but are you showing diligence in the role that you have within the church? Because everyone has a role within the body. Okay. That ye be not slothful, that meaning lazy, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises. Okay, so you see that? So you have to also be diligent in being an help and being a minister. Okay, and I want to look up this word diligence real quick. And the word diligence, see, it reads spude, which says haste, with haste, earnestness, diligence. Okay. You're not supposed to drag your feet to do these things. You're supposed to be on point. You're supposed to be eager to do these things. Earnestness in accomplishing, promoting, or striving after anything. To give all diligence and interest oneself most earnestly. It shouldn't be a burden. That's why Paul said, if you don't want to do it, speaking to the church of Corinth, if you don't want to help, then whatever. You don't have to help. I know this particular church is going to help me. Or these particular churches are going to help me. Okay. Those that have a righteous spirit. Okay. Because there was a lot of wickedness going on within the church of Corinth. Okay. That's why the books of Corinth are so long. The other Apostle Gabar always goes into that. Okay. All right. So let me go to, let's go to Romans the 16th chapter. Okay. Matter of fact, let's see here. Right. Let me get Second John's real quick. Because this is to show that this was not just any old stranger, any old body that comes around you. Okay, this was specifically to those that believed in Yahushua. Okay, this is Second John, and had the right doctrine as well. This is Second John 1 in verse 9. It says, "Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Hamashiach hath not the Most High." And see, IUIC doesn't abide in the doctrine of Hamashiach. ISUPK, all these different Israelite groups that are going off, they do not abide in the doctrine of Hamashiach. Okay, they have partial truths, but they don't have the new song, the full gospel. Okay, doctrine of Hamashiach hath not the Most High. He that abideth in the doctrine of Hamashiach, which means the teaching, he hath both the Father and the Son. If there come any unto you, and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. Because what were they doing back then? What were the women doing of that time? They were receiving the apostles in their house, cooking for them, washing their feet, doing, serving the saints. Okay, if other people that believed were in need, they would help. They would come out of their pocket and help. Okay, that is part of the work. That is a work as well. And what does the scripture say? Faith without works is what? Is dead. All right, faith without works is dead. That's for anybody. Okay, it says, for he that biddeth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds. That's proven to you that you should not be just. This is not for just anybody. This is specifically for those that believe. Okay, for those that believe, the believers. This is who you are supposed to minister unto. This is who you're supposed to help. Okay, let's go to 3 John 1 in verse. So I'll start at verse 7. This is whoa, look at this. Look at what the title on this side. It says caring for the Lord's workers. Okay. All right. Matter of fact, maybe I'll read this in the NLT, man. Okay, it says, "Dear friend, you are being faithful to the Most High when you care for the traveling teachers." Woo! That was hey, do you hear that? Let me read that again for you people. It says, "Dear friend, you are being shalom to you, Akim and you, Akwath, on the comment board. You sincere Akim and Akwath." It says, "Dear friend, you are being faithful to the Most High when you care for the traveling teachers who pass through, even though they are strangers to you." See, that was perfect. That's exactly what it's speaking about. It's speaking about those that are doing the work, or those that believe. Okay? And the reason why I put an emphasis yesterday on those that are doing the work, because this ministry is what's important. This ministry is what's sealing the elect. This is of utmost importance for the deliverance. Okay? That the 144,000 be sealed within their foreheads. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? So this is of utmost importance. So this is what needs to keep going, and that brothers are struggling out there doing the work, and sometimes brothers, the Spirit will have them speak on certain things, and then you have people watching and getting all this knowledge, and and this brother's diligent, and then what happens? They don't even offer to help, but then they're there on the sidelines gaining all this information. Okay, okay, and this is not for me specifically. I'm not dealing. That has nothing to do with me. Let's start with the apostles and elders. Let's start with that, and elder bishops. Let's start with that. Okay, hardcore laboring in the truth. Okay, but a lot of people, all they have to offer is vain words, man. Okay, all right. It says, dear friend, you are being faithful to the Most High when you care for the traveling teachers who pass through, even though they are strangers to you. So that makes you a friend of the Most High, and I agree. Right? They have told the church, hear of your loving friendship. Please continue providing for such teachers in a manner that pleases the Most High. For they are traveling for the Lord, and they accept nothing from people who are not believers. Woo. You see that? You see that? The ones that are expected to help, to minister, are those that are believers. And I know the apostles, they don't speak on this that much, because this is not what it's about. Whether you give or not, we're gonna prophesy. Okay, we're gonna do what we gotta do. But it's just, to me, it's the hypocrisy of it all. You know, it's the hypocrisy of it all. You know what I'm saying? even the people who believe in the false doctrines, the churches, the Muslims, even they give. I mean, they help. Okay, which giving is a big part of that. So guess what? How much more us that say we believe in the true power, Yahweh or Yahweh Shai, right? So we ourselves should support. Oh, shalom to my brother. I see you in a while, brother. Shalom, Akia, Yahbashim, Yashai, Bashim, Kakadash, Brakatah. Go subscribe to a GMS Barbadian disciple. Okay. It says, so we ourselves should support them so that we can be their partners as they teach the truth, okay? Or helpers, rather, okay? Fellow helpers to the truth, okay? That's why here in the KJV says fellow helpers, all right? All right, so that's it, okay? All right, so that's the point, okay? I hope you're with me. I hope you're with me in what I'm trying to convey through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, and this is not a thing. Oh, begging for money. No. This is what the scriptures say. This is what the scriptures say. Because, like I said, this has nothing to do with me specifically. I'm not dealing. Let's take it away from me. Let's start with the apostles and elders. Okay, are you helping them? All right. Salakia. Let's deal with what did I want to get here? What did I get here? Let's go to Romans 16. Let's go to Romans 16 and 1. Let's go to Romans 16 and 1. Here's an example of a woman, right, who was commended. I'm going to get a few examples of these women that were these sisters, these beloved sisters who were commended for their work. And they're back, these sisters are back. Sisters like this are back. And those are the ones that are actually helping, that are actually ministering, that are actually serving the church and helping, doing what they can to push forward the ministry. Okay. It says, I commend unto you Phoebe, our sister, which is a servant of the church. No, she's a servant of random jakes in the street. No, she's a servant of the church. Random women just, that she knows in the world. No, of the church, believers. Okay. Which is at Cancria, that ye receive her in the Lord as becometh saints, and that ye assist her in whatsoever business she hath need of you, for she hath been a succourer of many. What does a succourer mean? Security. Okay? Or protector, right? The scriptures speak about how money is a defense. Okay? You see what I'm saying? So she's been helping of many. Okay, and of myself also. So what did he say? He said, take care of her. She has in good standings amongst the church. And not just amongst the church, with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Greet Priscilla and Aquila, my helpers in Hamashiach Yahushai, who have who have for my matter of fact, let's look up this word helpers, man. Let's look up this word helpers. A lot of people, they act like they think they're helpers, but are you helpers? And are you diligent in that role if you are a helper? Right? It says Synergos. It says a companion in work, fellow worker. Okay. Right? And that doesn't necessarily mean a preacher. Okay, let's go to the root, the compound root with. Let's go here. It says obsolete ergo, to work, business, employment, that which anyone is occupied. So whatever you're doing, whatever you're helping with is part of the work. Okay? That which one undertakes to do, enterprise, undertaking. So you have to be diligent in this work as well. Just as we have to be diligent in prophesying and making videos and going out on the highways and the byways and tending to the sheep and all these different things, you have to be diligent in the work as well. In your side of the work, which is everyone, hey, there's different offices. Any product, whatever, anything accomplished by hand, art, hey, there you go. You got certain people that make garments that have given different gifts and things of that nature. All right. Industry or mind, an act, deed, thing done. The idea of working is emphasized in opposition to that which is less than work. Right. So you have to labor, you have to work. Okay. And when it mentions women, they weren't out there prophesying. Their work wasn't to prophesy. Their work wasn't to preach. All right. Their work was to help and support the Israelite man that was out there prophesying. Okay. The men, it says, who have for my life laid down their own necks, unto whom not only I give thanks, but also all the churches of the Gentiles. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. Right. So it's going to see, it's going into different people. And if I jump down to verse 9, it says, salute Urbane, our helper in Hamashiach, and Stachys, my beloved. See, because that help doesn't go unnoticed. It doesn't go unnoticed to us or the apostles, but more importantly, it doesn't go unnoticed to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It says, salute Apelles, approved in Hamashiach, salute them which are of the household of Aristobulus, which are of Aristobulus' household, rather. Okay. So that's it. That's it on that. Okay. Let's go ahead and get First Timothy's 5 and verse 10. Okay. This is 1 Timothy 5 and verse 10. It says, matter of fact, I'll start at verse 9. It says, let not a widow be taken into the number under 60 years old, having been the wife of one man, well reported of for good works. Okay, let's see what the good works are. If she have brought up children, right, raising her own children, that's part of the good works. Tending to her husband, that's also part of the good works. Okay, if she have lodged strangers, and the strangers are not like we showed you before, like I showed you before. The strangers are not random people on the streets. Okay, you see what I'm saying? This is speaking about those that are believers, those that are part of the ministry. It said the teachers who were strangers unto you, the teachers of the Most High who were strangers unto you. That's what it said in the NLT and in the what was that? What was I reading? What was that? 3 John. Okay, you see. It says if she have washed the saints' feet, which are those that believe, if she have relieved the afflicted, right? If she have diligently followed every good work. Okay? You see? Like I said, the ministry has to go forward. So to have that relief and that, that's a good benefit. So a lot of brothers, they struggling too because they don't have a lot of support. You know what I'm saying? So they they're catching hell and then they start to get weak. But it says, but the younger widows refuse. But that's no excuse to fall out the truth. You should never fall out the truth. But just to say, like, if you can help the brethren, why not help the brethren? Right? This word is beneficial, is it not? Right? It says, but the younger widows refuse for. Right? So that's going into because they will wax wanting and whatever the case may be, right? Because those women that are 60 and over, their whole thing was to just tend to the ministry, 100%, just like the apostles and right? They're fully focused on the ministry. You understand? But that's what those the 60 and up women were doing at that time. Okay, it says let's go to First Corinthians. Well, no, not even. Let's deal with that first. Let's deal with Matthew's the 10th chapter. Oh, matter of fact, no. Even let's do this. No, that's Matthew's the 10th chapter. Right? Matthew's the 10th chapter. Let's go Matthew's 10. This is Matthew's 10. In verse 40, it says, he that receiveth you receiveth me. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. And he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. Okay? He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous, well, that's when you go back to the time of Elijah and the time of Elisha. Okay, there were certain women. I believe that was Elijah. That was Elijah, if I'm not mistaken. Or that might have been Elisha. That might have been Elisha, actually, where the women where she made a particular section in her home for Elisha. She said, "Oh man of God, let's make this in our home for that, so that, she said to her husband, let's make this place in our home so that, when he comes, we could come and rest his head here." Right? And guess what? She got manifold blessings for that. The Lord was with her. The Lord protected her because of that, and her household. Right? What did he do? He blessed her. She was barren. He made sure she had a child, and then the child died. And what he came and through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, all through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, everything that he did, he rose up the child again from the dead. Because she was in good standings, because she helped the prophet, because she did put forth work. You think it's light to have a house section built, and then that's cost money. First of all, that costs money. Okay, and then she had a table there and a candle, and she would, whenever he would come, she would minister unto him and cook and give him food to eat and whatever the case may be, man. In order, right? You see what I'm saying? So she was blessed for that. And then there was even a time when she basically, her case appealed to the king. Something that was going on with her. And she said, "Oh, this was the person that Elisha raised up. Elisha raised up her son from the dead, whatever. Oh, she's like, oh, yo, yeah, she's in good standing with Elisha. Okay, give her whatever she wants, whatever land she that was owed to her, give it to her. See the blessing that came with serving. Let me read this again from the top. It says, he that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth you. And she wasn't just there when he passed by. Shalom, prophet. That's not all she did. She actually put forth work. You understand what I'm saying? He that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water only the name of in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward. Okay, but the scriptures say be diligent in the help, right? And you think, oh, I gave them a bottle of water, I should be delivered. Well, good luck with that. Okay, good luck with that. Your blessing might have been the 2-cent raise that your boss gave you, man. Okay, because guess what? That doesn't guarantee your salvation. That's why the scriptures speak about give diligence to make your calling and election sure. And that goes for everybody. Everybody has to give forth diligence. Okay? Everyone has to give forth diligence. Okay? Let's go to Matthew 25. Let's go to Matthew 25 and verse 38. Okay, and these are the words of Yahweh Shai, our Lord. Okay, it says, this is Matthew, and I mentioned this yesterday as well. This is Matthew 25 and 36. And I'll start at verse 32. It says, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as the shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left hand. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. This is the elect. For I was an hungered, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. We read about those things. Okay, naked, and ye clothed me. These are physical things. These are physical things that were done. Okay, I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. The believers. Okay, the believers. As much as you have done it to one of these believers, you have done it unto me. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. So guess what? They didn't do these things. So there's people who think because they believe, that's it. No, but they didn't do these things. So that's why they were not commended. All right. Let's go to another example. Let's go to Acts 9 and 36. Let's go to some more examples. Acts 9 and 36. It says, now there was at Joppa a certain disciple named Tabitha. Now, disciple just means someone who's learning. Okay. It says, before they were called apostles, meaning sent forth, they were disciples, right? Disciples means someone who's learning. To discipline goes into the word discipline. Okay, he's being disciplined in what? In the truth. Okay, she was being disciplined in the truth, which by interpretation is called Dorcas. This was this woman was full of good works and alms deeds which she did. Now let's look at the word alms deeds. Notice when they speak about people who are full of good works and things like that, they were doing things. They weren't just sitting around on their hands. Okay, it said mercy, pity. Okay, especially as exhibiting in giving alms, charity. Okay, the benefaction itself, a donation to the poor, alms. Okay, and like I said, that's not just to any old person on the street. Okay, You give something to a person on the street, cool, but the scriptures say, no, to whom thou doest good. The real reward, the greatest reward, is coming from doing it to the men of the Lord or the women of the Lord. Okay? And it came to pass in those days that she was sick. You're right. And it came to pass in those days that she was sick. And you got to remember what I spoke about when I spoke about Elisha. Okay, and the woman that helped him. This is the same case, but this was in the time of Acts. Okay, and it came to pass in those days that she was sick and died, whom when they had washed, they laid her in an upper chamber rather, and for as much as Lydda was nigh to Joppa, and the disciples had heard that Peter was there, they sent unto him 2 men, desiring him that he would not delay to come to them. Then Peter arose and went with them. When he was come, they brought him into the upper chamber, and all the widows stood by him, weeping, and shewing the coats and garments which Dorcas made. Right, so she was making coats and garments. She wasn't just sitting down on her hands, man. All right, while she was with them. But Peter put them all forth and kneeled down and prayed, and turning him to the body said, Tabitha, arise. And she opened her eyes, and when she saw Peter, she sat up, and he gave her his hand and lifted her up. And when he had called the saints, and widows, presented her alive, right? And guess what? She was whole. She wasn't sick. Okay. And guess what? This is coming again. Okay. These type of miracles. All right. These type of miracles are coming again. And that's going to be for the true believers, the faithful believers that may have ailments or whatever. They're going to be healed of that, different pains. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Being taken care of by the angels and so on and so forth, man. We're coming to the time of Jacob's trouble. This is no joke. It's time to get right. It's time to do what you can to be in the good standings with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because the Lord is an austere man. He doesn't play games, man. He doesn't play no games. He'll tell you straight, you was bullshitting. Okay? You weren't being real. All right? Let's get Hebrews 13 and 6. 13 and 16. Matter of fact, let's get Galatians 6 and 2. All right. This is Galatians 6 and 2. It says, bear ye... I'll start at verse 2. It says, bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Hamashiach. Point blank, period. Okay, to bear the burdens of one another is to fulfill the law. Okay, completely. So with that, Lord, when this was edifying to the elect, I'll say Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Shem HaKadosh Baruch Hu to the sincere believers.